Hi, and welcome to the West Orlando WordPress Meetup, the online version. I'm Brian Walton, reporting from my home office / rec room. I'm a freelance digital consultant, and for the past 7 years, I've been building WordPress websites and doing online marketing for small businesses. Before that, I created websites and online marketing for companies like Sandals and Beaches Resorts, Walt Disney World, and Disneyland. Today I'd like to share with you the concept of keeping a customer focus for your WordPress website and online marketing. I want you to start with the customer and how they progress through the sales process. My contact information will be at the end, so feel free to give me a call or contact me by email. And we'll take questions on a chat at the end of the presentation. But you don't want to see me. Let's switch over to the slides and I'll take you through the presentation. You could spend all day executing tactics, but how do we know which are the right tactics? It's easy to come up with a slick WordPress website based on a tactic, a shotgun effect. But you really need to identify where the consumer is in the sales process, just like the large companies do with their major strategic departments. So you can do that even as a small business. You want to target the mindset, the message, and the proper tools in order to get your message out there and create sales. So let's take a look at the sales process. You start with prospecting, preparation, approach, presentation, handling objections, closing and follow-up, and then the most important, repeat sales and referrals. We're going to look at all the stages. In a traditional personal sales process, an individual salesperson might go through each step one by one. We'll group some steps together as a lot of online tactics handle multiple steps in the process together. Your business or product may vary, so adapt to it as it is appropriate. But the sales process isn't enough by itself. We need to get in sync with the customer and the prospect. Because the customer's place in the sales process drives the message and tools. You need to determine what the customer's mindset is at that moment in the sales process. You need to use the best message and tools to communicate. There are a wide range of web and online marketing strategies to reach your customers at every step. Now, your process may vary depending on the segment you're reaching out to. For example, maybe you're doing direct consumer, but maybe your targets are B2B customers. And maybe you're just really focused on getting loyal customers to come back to you. So let's start at the first section of the sales process. I'll review what's going on in your customer's mindset, a suggested message strategy, and some examples of what online marketing tools would work at this stage. We're talking about prospecting, preparation, and approach. So let's start with what's the mindset of your sales prospect at the point where you're prospecting using preparation and approach. You want to build awareness of your product. Your prospect may not even know you exist yet, and as a matter of fact, they may be using your competitor's product. So what messages do you want to get out to those prospects? You want to gain brand awareness and communicate your unique selling proposition. Now, hopefully you're familiar with the concept of a unique selling proposition. What makes you, different from anyone else? What makes you stand out from the crowd? If you're not familiar with this concept, I suggest you Google unique selling proposition and read more about that. So, how do you reach those in this stage of the cycle? What are the tools? Where will you find your customers? What tools will capture them? Remember, you're casting the net widely, trying to find all the prospects who might be appropriate for your product. There are a variety of tools. Let's look at some. The majority of your prospects will start their pursuit of a new product or service on Google or other search engines. And everyone wants to do the best to optimize their website so their results come up organically, free. That's a topic for a different presentation. But getting noticed on a search engine is definitely a way to cast the net widely and find those prospects who are researching for your terms related to fulfill their needs. But until you get your organic results where you want them, and it could take a while, you might consider buying your way on the search engines with paid listings, or you might do both. Google doesn't make it very obvious to the casual reader to tell the difference between the paid and the organic results. And don't forget, Google can also remarket to those who've already visited your website or similar websites by presenting banner ads through the Google network. Again, retargeting or remarketing is a topic for a future presentation. For businesses with a local audience, don't forget the part of Google that highlights your local business, Google My Business, and it's free. There's tremendous opportunity to get your brand and USP to your prospects. You can add posts as frequently as you want. Again, Google My Business could be a whole nother presentation in the future. So here's another tool you might consider. It's gotten so much tougher these days to just post something on your business's Facebook page and be seen. A tiny fraction of the people will even ever see that. And it's almost impossible to get to your target without paying Facebook for it. That's kind of where we've gotten these days. So if you have a budget to get your brand out there to those who have interest in your products, you can do some Facebook ads and Instagram ads. There are some pretty powerful ways to target your messages. You can target your prospect geographically, demographically, and by their interests. Keep in mind the appropriate mindset and messaging when you set up your Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, moving to the next stages of the sales process, presentation and handling objections. What mindset will your prospects have? What message will ring true to them? And what tools will you use to reach them to convert them into a buyer? At this point, prospects have narrowed down the possibility of what brands they might use, and perhaps chosen the one. Hopefully it's yours. And they're deciding which products they want to buy, and they're checking costs. And your past customers may start here at this stage of the process because they are already aware of your company's brand and products. But maybe they're looking for another one of your products or to buy more of the same. The message you want to convey is to continue to build brand distinction. What are the product details? What are your latest offers, price offer that you want to offer them? You want to get them to the next step, which will be to buy. So let's look at what the tools you might use for presentation and handling objections. One, of course, is your WordPress website, and it's your content of your website. At this point, your prospects and previous customers may come to your website looking for details about you as a company and details about your products. Be sure to include enough content to answer the questions. FAQs are also a great tool in WordPress sites for prospects to latch onto. Blog post stories and good relevant content might be what your prospects are looking for. And it's also great for SEO, since the search engines are always looking to index sites which have a good quantity of relevant content. And your website's a great place to start capturing leads. There are several tools to help your WordPress website to accumulate names and emails of your prospects. If they sign up, they want to hear from you about your products. The easiest and free ones are MailChimp and HubSpot. Maybe you've got some others that you've used as well. Let me talk about HubSpot for a minute. They have very powerful customer relationship management CRM tools. And let's be honest, everything we're talking about today is customer acquisition and management. You can use their free CRM tools to get started. You can turn visitors into leads, nurture and convert leads, and track and report the impact. These will help you capture, message, and close your prospects in a very efficient manner. You can start at HubSpot.com to set up a free account. And when you're ready, get your HubSpot plugin for WordPress. Once you have your account set up and plugin installed, it will let you capture emails, trigger auto reply emails, start tracking in your HubSpot account, and it gives you a free account. But they do have some ads for HubSpot. So here's an example of an email capture form that I created for one of my clients. But if you look closer, look at there. There's a nice little HubSpot ad there. So the free account is really a little ad for HubSpot. Now maybe that's okay for you, or maybe okay for your client, but maybe not. But if you don't want to have that little ad for HubSpot on your email capture form, you can always buy your way in. Here's how their paid plans start. They start as low as $40 a month. And if you work with HubSpot platform carefully and craft your contact, recontact, and messaging strategies carefully, you should see returns that make it worth paying the monthly fee. If not, I don't think you're doing it right. Then you can get rid of that HubSpot logo on your site. Or if your needs are a little bit more modest, maybe a MailChimp or Constant Contact account will serve your purposes. MailChimp also has forms you can embed into your website, very similar to the one you saw from HubSpot, but without the logo, like the HubSpot form had. MailChimp also has forms you can embed into Facebook to capture leads for future messaging. Once you've captured the lead, you can then follow through with your contact strategy by HubSpot or MailChimp with emails. Keep in mind who you're speaking with and what their mindset is, and keep your message on target. In addition to the HubSpot CRM management tools, even MailChimp can help you out with automation. They can email subscribers when they're tagged, welcome new subscribers, say happy birthday, and share blog updates. So MailChimp's come quite a ways. As a matter of fact, MailChimp could even send real-world postcards in the mail to your prospects. And with MailChimp and Constant Contact, you can bucket your leads depending on what interest they may have checked on the lead generation form. So be sure to accommodate those interests with appropriate messages that match their needs. At the point you need to have a good product presentation and handle objections, online reviews is a powerful tool that people have come to expect. Those can start on your Google My Business as well as on Yelp. Your prospects want to be sure they'll like the product based on the experiences of others. I know online reviews are controversial and you can't always trust them. Be sure to watch that your reputation is not being trashed in the reviews. Again, that could be a whole nother presentation on reputation management for the future. Your social media presence is also a great way to get details of for your prospects to get details of your latest products out there, as well as potentially handling objections. You can even handle objections using Facebook Messenger. Hopefully you or your client will have the bandwidth to promptly answer questions your prospects might pose here. If not, you can consider getting a robot. Chat Fuel is one that I've used for one of my clients. And to answer the most frequently asked questions, it allows you to pre-package answers to those questions and present website links, phone numbers, maps, etc. to answer the questions. So check out Chat Fuel or search for Facebook Messenger robot and you can find one. But again, that's a topic for another presentation in the future. Now to the critical step of closing the sale. Again, keep in mind your customer's mindset, what message you should present, and via what tools. So their mindset, they're about to close a sale. They're nervous about spending money with you and the quality of your product and service. So what are the messages that you want to get across to help help them get over that. So the message you want to include is to reinforce their decision to buy, and you want to build trust and confidence of good value for the money. You want to present clear information, you want to build excitement, and it's also a good time to offer upsells for an enhanced experience depending on your product. If you've done everything right up to this point, they are ready to buy. And if you're set up for it, your best bet is from your own website. WordPress has some powerful e-commerce platforms, particularly WooCommerce. Depending on the complexity of your product, it's relatively easy to set up your online store. Think about it as if you were buying a t-shirt from Amazon. You browse the selections, decide on your options, see the price, and add it to your cart and check out. In my experience, the most complicated part after building each product is getting your payment gateway set up. If your current merchant account with your bank can't help you, check out Stripe, which is a very online-friendly application. They even offer a test mode for troubleshooting your store before making it live. Or consider PayPal too. Either way, the online store will take credit cards as your customers normally would use. But there are other platforms that can help you transact as well. A lot of people don't realize you can actually create an e-commerce platform right in your Facebook page. Facebook has their own tools to do it directly, or you can link other e-commerce platforms like Shopify and ECWid. Again, emails become a powerful way to finish the sale and welcome your new customer. No matter what tool you use, like HubSpot, MailChimp, or even the mail functions built into Ninja Forms and WooCommerce, this is an important contact point to solidify the relationship and ease their mind of any concerns. It's also a perfect time to upsell and to ask them for a review and refer others to your product as well. That brings us to the final step in the sales process, and potentially the most lucrative one: repeat sales and referrals. Even though they're a closed customer at this point, it's still important to keep in mind what your mindset is, what their mindset is, and what message you send them, and what tools you use to reach them. So at this point, they're using your product, they're showing your product to others. Hopefully, they're pleased with its function, solving their issue. And the message you want to get across is, the first, you want to confirm satisfaction. You want to be sure that they're happy with it. You could even survey them. Then you get into loyalty and repeat programs, that could be very lucrative. And then you get repeat purchases if it's appropriate, and depending on your service or your product. You can share special pricing for repeat customers and new product news and announcements. And you can actually literally survey them, free tools like SurveyMonkey. And SurveyMonkey will actually help you build the survey depending on the type of feedback you're looking for. You can even brand it with your logo, but they require a paid account for that. I like to go cheap, free. But you can customize it with your logo if you buy into that. Using your HubSpot or MailChimp tools, you can keep in contact with your customers, sharing the latest updates, new products, and asking for referrals. Loyalty programs can be very effective retaining your customers and building their ongoing product and brand loyalty. Then you can build a whole WordPress website around your loyalty program, as you can see here, as Sandals has done. While I haven't built with one of these, you could check out the website Woo Rewards WordPress plugin as an option for building your loyalty program on your WordPress website. Another tool you can use when you're in this point of the sales process of repeat sales and referrals is social media groups. Facebook is hot now on their groups. You could set up a private group for loyal customers where they can share information and experiences. At the same time, you can monitor the group for honest feedback and reply to answers as it is appropriate. And remember that Yelp review your prospect was reading to decide if he wanted to buy? Well, now they can be the one leaving the review for others because they've now actually used your products. You can use all your other online tools to encourage them to go over and leave a review for others to see. And hopefully your satisfied customers will start back in your sales process cycle, gathering information on your new products and their next purchase. So remember, for each stage of the sales process, we identify where the consumer is in the sales process. We match the customer's mindset. We craft the right message and utilize the right tools. Well, that's it. Thank you so very much for joining us today. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions after today. My email and phone number are there. Jot that down. And now I'll hand it over to Rob to wrap up the rest of the presentation and get into the chat for the questions. Thanks for joining us, and hope to see you soon at the next West Orlando WordPress meetup. Bye.